Hey dude, did you see there's breaking news on jw.org? It says highlights of the 2023 service year report. Oh my god, 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 oh my god. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, it's gonna be so much information. I gotta see it, I gotta see it, I gotta see it, I gotta see it, I gotta see. What's it gonna say, what's it gonna say, what's it gonna say? Come on, I can't wait, I can't wait, I can't wait. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Well, that was disappointing. Welcome back to the JW Thoughts channel. My name is Wally, and today we have breaking news from Watchtower. And boy howdy, is it one for the ages, because we have the 2023 annual report from Jehovah's Witnesses, which is what I thought it was until I looked closer and I saw that it said highlights of the service report. When you try your best, but you don't succeed. So it's not actually that much, but I did find a few things about it interesting, and they did tell us that they are going to be releasing the full report in January 2024. So only a couple more months to wait for that. But let's take a look at what they said. So the first thing of interest here is baptisms. Now, baptisms were up significantly, all the way up to 269,000. And as they say, that represents an 85% increase over the 2020 service year. Now, this one really blew my mind because I never really look at any of the statistics from Watchtower and think, man, this is a really upward trend. Wow, that's pretty significant. And 85% is a lot. But then I thought about it for a half a second and I realized this was the first time since the pandemic that they've been at in-person conventions. And no doubt, because getting baptized is a big deal for a lot of people, there would have been a significant amount of people that wanted to wait until they could have their baptism, or I really should say, their parents wanted them to wait until they could get baptized at a district convention in front of everyone. It's a bigger experience overall. So I'm going to hazard a guess that that is why we're seeing an increase, is because the baptisms went down so drastically during the pandemic, and then they're right back up to where they were pre-pandemic levels. So I'm assuming that that is a case of, hey, we're back to in-person conventions again. That seems reasonable to me, but hey, let me know down in the comments below what you think the reason for this increase. Could I be wrong? Could Watchtower be growing? Who really knows?
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard.
Their Bible studies, they said on average, were up 28%. So yeehaw, back out in service. I guess they're getting more Bible studies. But as we've talked about in the past, all they really do is sort of lower the bar for what that Bible study is. So once upon a time, you couldn't count having a Bible study with your child as a Bible study in your report. And then they shifted that. Then it became, well, do you just have regular visits? Instead of, okay, well, you're studying out of this book and you get there every single week and it's at least this long and they're making this amount of progress and it's been going on for at least a month. Okay, you can count a Bible study. By the time I had left the organization, it was like anyone that you talked to semi-regularly and you like texted them before you were coming or you set up an appointment, you counted it as a Bible study. It was really, really like lowering the standard. So not a big surprise there as to why we're seeing an increase. Memorial attendance up 4%. Cool. I went to the memorial, so I guess I was counted amongst that. I am curious to see if there was a bigger increase in memorial partakers than there was in memorial attendees. That would be kind of interesting to know. This one was a little underwhelming. Regular pioneers increased by 5.5%. So as you know, during the pandemic, they said, you don't even have to report. You don't have to get the full 70 hours a month. You can still be counted as a pioneer. Yes, I'm still sick. Well, I'm not sick. I just have this cough that won't go away, but we're going to keep going. Anyway, so then they just what they did for pioneers was they lowered the standard of it. So instead of needing 70 hours per month, you only needed 50, and similar thing for auxiliary pioneers, where that went down by 20 hours as well. So what does all of that really mean? I think people weren't as excited and taking the bait about, ooh, we lowered the amount for regular pioneers as they would have anticipated. I personally thought that they were going to see a massive increase in regular pioneers, but 5.5% wasn't as big as I would have predicted. But the increase in auxiliary pioneers going up 94%, that is actually pretty surprising, but I'm thinking that people still have a title or a name, auxiliary pioneer, and it's an hour requirement, something very similar that most retired people were getting anyway. It was my experience that most retired Jehovah's Witnesses were getting 30 hours a month in field service anyway, so I would hazard a guess that because the organization is getting older and older, that's probably why we're seeing this increase, because literally, hey, do exactly what you're already doing, but you get this cool title. So that 94% does not surprise me too much. And the end of this is, in many lands, our brothers cope with economic, social, and political upheaval, war, persecution, and natural disasters. Nevertheless, of the 239 lands where we preach the good news, 58 lands reported all-time peaks in publishers. The governing body is thrilled to see this year's worldwide report. As we continue to offer ourselves willingly, we trust that Jehovah will richly bless the worldwide preaching and disciple-making work. And then they mention that they're going to release the full thing in 2024. So 58 lands. That could be a lot of these tiny little countries that they went from 19 to 25 peak publishers. Everyone does a little jiggy and wiggles their fingers, but I will be curious to see when they release this and just what the report will actually look like, because as we know, they're not going to be counting time anymore, so this might be one of the last detailed reports that we get. So I'm excited to check that out. I have a lot of exciting content coming down the pipeline from stuff that I got while I was on my road trip, so be on the lookout for that. If you're still around, don't forget to drop a like on the video and subscribe to the channel. With all of that being said, stay safe, be kind, and don't forget to smile. And you better have a good-ass day.
Well, well, well. How the turntables